Hey, how y'all doing? Y'all good? Yeah, this just real quick because I got to speak everything I see. And I look at all my videos at the first of the year. Every single video I did for like 4 or 5 years, I'm braiding my hair. This is no different. I'm in the process of braiding my hair. So I'm looking at the other videos and I'm like, yeah, I'm braiding my hair. And then I'm thinking to myself, dog, I probably braid my hair every year. Every video I did on the first, my hair is half done because I would braid my hair. I'm tickled. Okay, y'all. I'm just going to speak real small on this vision. I don't even want to get in detail because I want God to give me the revelation. But I'm just going to speak on real small stuff. So, basically, I had a vision. Don't I always? I have never went to sleep and seen all black, like never in my life. So from a little girl all the way up to now, 40 plus years old. My kid don't know my age. So tickle. So all these years, all day, every day, if I lay down, I'm gonna see something. It has never, this switch has never cut off. Like I have never went to sleep and not seen anything. Just went to sleep and everything was black. Like that'll scare me. If I go to sleep and I don't see nothing, I'll be spooked. I'll be like, So every time I close my eye, boom, I'm in something. And I've been like this from the beginning of time. Like this switch has never cut off for me. So I can even be at work and take a quick nap on my lunch and I'm gonna see something. Like I never just lay down and don't see anything. So y'all, I had a dream. And in this dream, first it seemed like I was ducking and dodging like car accidents. Yeah. But I eventually ended up being in a car accident. So dang, I'm like, dang God, I'm being in an accident. but in the dream, I'm ducking and dodging. Then boom, I'm involved in this accident. I'm gonna redo this video because I gotta redo this dream when God give me the revelation. So I'm in this accident, and so I leave the scene of the accident. So I'm in the accident, and then at this point, I just keep going for whatever reason. And so I park somewhere, and so I see somebody who is very popular, a very popular pastor. I see this person, and so when I see this person, the type of vehicle that I'm in and all that, this is a vehicle that people would probably try to rob you for this type of vehicle. So in the dream, I got this high-end type of like sports car type. It's like a Scat Pack type vehicle, like a vehicle that I wouldn't even get to deter people from me. In the vision, this is the vehicle that I got. So I got this type of vehicle that do attract people where people be like, yeah, we finna rob her. Like I got one of them type vehicles and I gotta use the restroom. In the dream, this pastor got the same type of vehicle, like same kind of car I got. And so I'm like, watch my vehicle for me. I got to go to the restroom. I had to go to the restroom so bad. But this a pastor, so I'm like, okay, I'm good. He can watch my vehicle for me. And we had the same, our vehicle was identical. Because at one point, I was thinking his vehicle was my vehicle. So these vehicles was identical. And it was like a Scat Pack. Like, it was like something that go real, real, real fast. Something I would never get for this reason right here. Ducking and dodging. I just get a low profile vehicle. But at the same time now I'm thinking, I'm like, well, God, you want to give me high profile, that's what it's going to be. But okay, so I tell this person, watch my vehicle for me. Because in the dream, I knew that this vehicle, like, people going to be tempted to try to steal this type vehicle. So I'm like, watch my vehicle for me. I'm finna go use the restroom. And so while I go to try to go use the restroom, which probably was inside a church, that's what I'm thinking, that's what it felt like. The pastor brother saw me and just followed me into the restroom. So I don't know, it was like this spirit came on this person or what. This person like obsessed, like this person had some type of obsession, like it was demonic. When you got obsession to that point, y'all might think it's cute and puppy love, but this is demonic. It's like a love spell type vibe. Like it was like a love spell. So I'm trying to go to the restroom. This dude is in some kind of obsessed trance. Like, it's like, because when you deal with Satan, he pervert things. So I ain't trying to get into too much detail. So the perversion of love is he perverts it. So you got this person, they in their mind got some kind of obsession. I'm trying to go to the restroom. This person will not let me go to the restroom. And I did not know this person. This person just saw me and just started following me to the restroom. And then I'm like, I'm looking, I'm like, I gotta use the restroom. Like, can I even use the restroom? So I'm like I'm about to pee on myself. Like, I'm like, I got to go to the restroom. This dude is stalking, following me in the vision. And then at this point, it was other church people in the vision. It was other church people in the vision in the restroom. And this person was so obsessed. Like, he felt like he had to be right there with me while I used the restroom. Like, he just had to be there while I pee. And I'm just like, mine. That's definitely level stalking right there. Definitely level. I'm a whole vibe. I know this. I'm a whole vibe out here. But that right there, that next level stalking. So I'm finna cut this short. Cause God been giving me the revelation. And so this ended up happening, and then one point or another, the pastor, because the women didn't know who this man was, so they started feeling some kind of way about the man being in the restroom. And I ain't getting into too much. I keep saying I ain't getting into too much detail, but God keep trying to open up this Pandora box. And even now, you see when women are fighting for their restrooms, and this is spiritual. So in the physical, you see these men that's trying to take over the restrooms. Like, you see this up debate. They trying to make a law. The men the men feel like they supposed to be in the women's restroom. Like, it's spiritual, but it's manifested in the physical. And so the symbolism of the spiritual symbolism of this fight, this war that these women is having, us women is having right now with the restroom, this part is vision. But I'm not gonna get in there. I keep putting in the air. Like, God, let me get it together. So, you see, all over America, you see this fight for the restroom. It's taking over territory. So when you see men that want the women's restroom, they're trying to conquer. And it's all about conquering in this process. So it's not as innocent as you think in the spiritual. And with your physical eyes, you like, it's just a restroom. But in the spiritual, they trying to take territory. So you got that going on, y'all. But then at a certain point in the video, I'm trying to jump back, God. I'm jumping back. Boom. Let me jump back. So then, boom, the women, they feel kind of uncomfortable. But at this point, the pastor pop up. So the pastor is in the restroom with us. Because in the dream, I said, y'all know that's the pastor brother. And then at that point, nobody could believe that this was the pastor brother that had walked into the women's restroom. So I'm like, that's the pastor brother. And so, the women started talking. I was like, nah, don't y'all start all this right here. Don't start all this gossiping about this dude and the pastor. Like, don't do that. But I'm just letting y'all know that this person is directly connected to the pastor. And so then at that point, the pastor came in the restroom. And so when this famous pastor, very famous pastor, came to the restroom, the women, everybody just seemed to be like, seemed like they compromised a little bit. Like, they didn't seem too bothered by this person like they did before they knew that the familiar spirit that was attached to this spirit, so to speak. Because the pastor was the familiar spirit. So when they recognized this pastor who was a familiar spirit, ding, 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 everybody just kind of let their guards down at that point. Okay, y'all, so God gave me a lot, even with me speaking the vision. I'm just trying to get everything together for this. So that was the dream right there. It's a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot. I don't know how long that video that I want to do to break this down. You know how long it's gonna be, because it's dealing with physically a lot of stuff going on with these women and these men, and Satan getting in these men's head, driving these men crazy. Like, they have no mental rest. Like, Satan is tormenting these men out here. Well, you feel like you got to be with me while I use the restroom? Like, huh? Like, you ain't got no peace? I represent peace too. So I know people around, they get this like peace with me. So some people, if they got a distressed spirit, like Saul, they trying to be up on me all day. I'm like a David for them. I bring them peace. But I don't need you up on me like that. Give me some privacy out here to y'all people. I know what it is. So that's what was going on. I had a dream a while back because I got to eat my food and stuff. I had a dream a while back, and in this dream, I was in the restroom. I was at work. See, this bitch right here with me being in the restroom, I'm in the church. So God brought remembrance to me with me having a restroom dream. But this dream, I was at work. And in the dream, I ain't have on nothing but a t-shirt in the vision. So I'm walking around in this t-shirt. I did a video. I walked around in this t-shirt in the vision, and I had to use the restroom. And when I went to use the restroom, this is what's going on in the vision. Wait, I don't want to confuse y'all. Okay, boom. I'm finna speak on the dream I had, which is somewhat similar to the dream I just had of me being in the restroom. And in this vision, I'm at work. But at work, all I got on is a t-shirt. I got on a t-shirt, I'm at work. And so I'm like, I gotta use the restroom. And so when I walk into the restroom was so filthy. Like this bathroom was so nasty. I was like, it's no way I could use the restroom at work. It's no way with the way this restroom look like. It's no way I can even walk up in here with this restroom looking like this. So I had a dream, boom, that happened, and then I wake up. The revelation God gave me was me walking around in the vision at work in a t-shirt mean exposure. It was going to be exposure that was going to go on at work. Exposure with the leadership. Also, what else went on with this right here? When you think of a bathroom, the bathroom's supposed to be the cleanest place in the building, especially if you at work and at church. Like, this supposed to be the cleanest area. But this was the nastiest area. So God is saying that he's going to clean up. Like, he's going to be cleaning house. Like with the leadership. Like this was dealing with work. So the leadership at work, it was going to be a lot of cleaning up going on because the filth that was in that bathroom. And me, I got the Holy Spirit within me. So when I said I can't go in that bathroom, it really was the holiness and what was in me was like, I can't be in this filth. Like it wasn't nothing for me to use that restroom. I ain't care how bad I had to use it. So that was the revelation deal with it. So it was at work. It was just talking about me. It was talking about exposure was gonna be going on. Me being like holy. Me trying to be righteous, and the filth that was going on in the workplace and whatever they had going on or whatever they got going on. It was just like, it was disgusting. Like you would think the bathroom would be the cleanest place. Like even with the leadership, you would think the leadership is the cleanest. Like they supposed to lead by example. But you got so much filth and disgust that's within the leadership. This was going on with work. This was the vision pertaining to the work and the revelation I got dealing with work. So the church is pretty much probably worse because now you got this person and the church supposed to be like this safe place, and you supposed to be able to, church supposed to be clean. You supposed to have all this, but then at a certain point, that ain't what they were representing. And to me, I saw the filth when I had the vision dealing with work in the bathroom at work. And I look at this bathroom at church. On the outside, it was clean. But this man being able to just walk into this restroom. Oh, that's next level. That's next level right there. Satan gonna get bold. Like these things gonna be bold out here. Y'all women, y'all better, it's attack on the women. Satan is using the men to attack the women. It's going to be an attack on the women. It's going to be from the men. God turning everybody against everybody. It's divide and conquer with Satan. But I'm just letting you know from my vision and what's come to me, it's going to be an attack on the women. It's going to come from the men. And so, but Satan is going to torment the men and they're going to target the women. So, because for you to feel like I can't use the restroom, like I'm like, Dad, I got to pee. And for you to feel like you have to be right there, like right there. Like, it's really that serious. Like, Satan is really tormenting you to the point where you got to be right there with me, beside me, all the time, all day. You are not finna drive me crazy. Satan playing game with you, but you ain't finna drive me crazy. Trying to get some peace. You got a distressing spirit on you, so you try to find people, godly people to attach yourself to, so you can get some rest. Because that's your only rest you getting it from godly people. Which I do, I offer that. Yeah, people around me, yeah, they good. But just the same. Just the same. Okay, y'all. So that's the revelation dealing with work. And when God brought this dream back up, which I did a video on that a while back, it's kind of the same symbolism going on. And so I think with the church, it's just gonna be some cleaning up that's gonna be going on with this church. Like it just some cleaning up. Like it just some corruption going on with this church. You know, with the women. Maybe these men is just like preying on these women when they vulnerable, because when you use the restroom, you're like in a vulnerable state, so to speak. So you got these women in the church who are vulnerable, who are just, you know, at their lowest, and you got people that's manipulating, taking advantage of these women while they are weak. Cause there ain't you weak when you gotta use the restroom? Like, ain't that when a woman, if they weak, it's like, I gotta use the restroom, you got this dude won't even let you use the restroom. Like, what is going on? So y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go. This is a continuation. I was just speaking this dream real quick. I'm finna let y'all go. God gonna come back, cause he been showing me a lot of other stuff too. But I'm speaking on this. Okay, today I had a dream, cause this Saturday the Sabbath, so I'm gonna speak this too. I had a dream, and it was like I probably doing something with my kids. So I probably doing something with my kids, and one way or another, whatever I probably been doing turned into an audition. So I went to this place. I got my kid with me, like, okay, this is what we gonna do. And then when I get to the place, it's people wrapped all the way around the building. Like this line just like going on and on and on and on and on. So when I pull up, I'm like, dog, this audition. Like this, I ain't even signed up for this, but we had an audition, y'all. So I'm trying to tell my kid, well, we just gonna just play the hand we dealt. I'm like, I'm here. It looked like whatever this is and what we thought it was, it done flipped it to this audition type thing, because people everywhere. And so I'm just like kind of coaching my kids for this audition thing that's supposed to be going on. So that was going on. Okay. So I dream about this. So I don't know what's gonna go on, but whatever it is, it's gonna catch me by surprise. It's gonna be some kind of audition for the kids, so to speak. And whatever this is, I wasn't even aware of it. So it wasn't like I tricked them into doing the audition. It was like I was thinking it was something else, and then it ended up being like a full-blown audition. And it was people wrapped everywhere. So this was like huge. A huge audition for it to be this many people. So I seen this today on Saturday Sabbath. So y'all enjoy y'all day. I gotta eat my breakfast, get my day started. And y'all enjoy y'all day and be safe. Also, cause I didn't speak on it, cause I'm really trying to get everything together. Cause I even wrote some stuff out, and I'm trying to get everything together to do this video. But God got me speaking it now. It's Saturday Sabbath. Y'all already know that. So when you deal with the bathroom, like I was in the bathroom trying to use the restroom, exposure is also connected to this. So I'm at church, and it could be exposure in the church. So like even with the dream I had while I was at work in a t-shirt, I was just walking around this t-shirt in the vision, and it just exposure at work. And this dream, I'm actually in the restroom trying to use the restroom, which to me it represents exposure at church. So it's gonna be some kind of exposure. It's the same pastor. Some years ago, I told you God said he probably sent me to this church to speak out about all the stuff going on that's within the church. And God, he sitting back watching how they lead and how they deal with conflict within the church. And I told you that God wasn't too happy with the conflict that was going on with the church, so he sent me out to the church. This the same pastor. This the same church. This the same pastor. This person. They always go public, talk about what everybody got going on, and talk about everybody. You know, I did the verse where I was talking about what Jesus was telling people: get the plywood out your own eye before you get the speck out your brother's eye. So it's like people real quick to talk about what everybody else and what everybody in the church got going on, who real, who fake. But then you got all this corruption going on within your own church, but your eyes, you so blindsided with what's going on in your church because you so busy looking at everybody else, trying to find fault with everybody else, when certain people are just a work in progress. Everybody ain't fake. Some people just a work in progress. But these preachers, these pastors, you got a huge congregation. You might need to be digging in, looking at your congregation, seeing, making sure everything good with your congregation before you start blasting the outside and what they got going on. Cause it's a lot going on from within. The enemy from within. You got the enemy from within. And you out here, yeah, y'all, look what I found. Yeah, in this scripture, this is what this said, and look what they did. You got the enemy from within in your church. Your whole congregation about to crumble. God finna play judgment on you because of the congregation he gave you. And you busy worried about exposing everybody on the outside. But you need to be going through your church, looking into your church, seeing the corruption within your church, and properly addressing the issues within your church. That's what you need to be doing. Get the plywood out your own eye and then you can remove the speck from your brother eye. That's what really needs to be going on right now. But it's the opposite effect, and it's gonna cause judgment to fall on this person who might really be a good person, but because this person is out of alignment. I'm always talking about out of alignment. God, these people are out of alignment. You was out of alignment. God gave you this huge congregation, this huge following. So you have to lead them. You have to be a shepherd over the sheep that he has given you. But you too busy looking on the outside, seeing what everybody else got going on, that you got 1 million followers, and you got so much corruption from within. You got all this corruption going on within your own congregation. This is what you supposed to be doing, leading your sheep. But you're not doing it. You too busy. You obsessed with this exposure for likes, for clicks and likes. Your whole congregation is corrupted from within. The enemy from within. Yeah, this is what God telling me. So y'all, I'm finna let y'all go. But that's what was going on. And this is the same exact person. The same exact person God had sent me to speak on. He finally involved me, and get what? He involved me. I'm a Jonah. I'm going off because now I got blood on my hand because you're not doing what you supposed to do. And when God involved me, now the weight is on my back because now I got to deliver the message, or I'm gonna have to deal with the consequences of God. And guess what? I ain't finna deal with no consequence of God, but you best believe I'm finna have an attitude behind this. You best believe that if God involved me in anything going on from somebody's disobedience, oh yes. I'm going to have a stank attitude and be like, Jonah, because you put me in some mess, because you ain't trying to do what you need to do, then God involved his prophet, and then that weight on my back. So I got to come outside of what my element. Because of you? Oh, yes. You going to hear every word of it. And I might not be that nice with it. I might be like Jesus turning over tables. I might be like Jesus turning over tables in the church. Okay. So y'all, I'm finna let y'all go. Y'all enjoy y'all day. But that was going on, and that was the same person. I keep dealing with exposure. It's the same church. God has blessed this person. God has gave this person a huge following, a huge church. This person need to be more hands-on within his congregation. He need to be more hands-on with the blessings that God has given him to lead his church, and instead of putting that responsibility on other people that's within the church, and they might not. Yeah, it's just like you got a business. Sometimes you might need to be hands-on with your business to know what's going on, instead of trusting other people with the responsibility of keeping your business afloat. Because they might not want to keep it afloat like you. If it's your blood, sweat, and tears, it's you, and you hand it off to other people, and you trust people like this brotherhood. You know, the brother was in the dream. This brotherhood these people got. You're going to be dealing with Judas. These people going to cross you. God said don't be loyal to nobody but him, because Satan can jump on anybody at any time. Do you know how Satan moves? So if you in the flesh, Satan, if you got a weak spot, which Satan gonna know your weak spot, he gonna jump on you. And these the people you trust with your congregation that God bless you with, but you so busy thinking that you could just throw this over here and them people deal with this. They gonna deal with the church, keep this up and going. While me, I'm going to do my clicks and likes for the day. So let me expose what this person said. Let me expose what this person doing. Let me tear the church down. A house divided cannot stand. So instead of you building up the church, the people who God really do got out here that's moving, doing what he supposed to do, that's doing his work. These are people, these are the same people you trying to expose. God said, if you ain't for me, you against me. Remember when I spoke on that? Yeah, God been telling me about that. So he said, either you for me or you against me. Either you gathering the sheep together or you scattering my sheep. Because a house divided cannot stand. So either you, like the scribes and Pharisees in the Bible, who was accusing Jesus of being Satan and working and operating through demons, Jesus had let them know, no, Satan cannot cast out himself. So if you got people and they bringing people to Christ, you shouldn't even be putting your mouth on people that's actually bringing people to Christ. You should pray, ask God to give you discernment instead of trying to use your own understanding, your own discernment. When these people can actually be a work in progress, and they just, the Holy Spirit and the grace is giving them the understanding that they need, because they're going to make mistakes. Just like you had to make mistakes, and you will make mistakes. Just like I will make mistakes. Just like I have made mistakes. We is Herman, y'all. Like, who, like you think you, like who, y'all must think Jesus himself walking this earth. We is Herman. Everybody's making mistakes. Everybody's learning along the way. Everybody's on their own journey. We all a work in progress. We not there. So you trying to call people out for perfection, and your whole church is finna have judgment, exposure, judgment finna be placed on your church. All because you are absent from the church. You need to be in your church, looking, checking, seeing what's going on, being a leader within the church instead of pushing the leadership onto people who you think you trust. You're gonna be dealing with a Judas out here, and God is gonna judge harshly. He's sitting back watching. God know we're a work in progress, so God, he's sitting back watching. Like he watching how everything go on, but he looking to see if this corruption is going on within the church, you gonna sweep it under the rug and turn the cheek. Which that's what everybody was doing. Sweeping it under the rug, turn the cheek, because they all familiar spirit. And he finna play. You can't create this brotherhood to hide y'all corruption, to hide y'all sins, to try to be judged lightly and not have penalties and consequences behind the wrong that you do. So you create this covenant with each other to watch out for each other, so to speak. You can't do that with God. Y'all probably do that with each other, but when it come to God coming down, placing judgment, oh no. You can't click up with a person so that they can call out your mistakes in private. You can call out their mistakes in private, and we can kind of catch each other and won't nobody really know, like, type stuff. No, God don't even operate like that. So, this person, like I said, I don't play judgment on nobody. But this person, they need to put more eyes on what they got going on within the church that God blessed them with, instead of putting their faith in people to, you hold this position, you hold that position, you watch this position, and expecting that these people is really doing, like, really honest out here, because you're going to deal with a Judas in the bunch. Jesus had a Judas in the bunch. And even though God loved Peter, Peter was trying, but Satan kept jumping on Peter too in this process. So, so God down to 12 disciples. He had Judas who betrayed him, but then he had Peter who was in and out. Like, he was just in alignment, then he'll be out of alignment with God a lot of times. So y'all, I'm finna let y'all go. Y'all enjoy y'all day. But yeah, when God give you something, you can't just trust people with, you know, they say don't give your pearl to swine. So God gave you this huge congregation, this huge following, and you trusting other people with the pearls that God gave you. God said the pig would trample over it and then attack you. So at the end, you will be the one that end up hurt in this whole process. So when they say don't give your pearl to swine, God gave you something very valuable, and you want to just, okay, here y'all watch that right there, and I got this right here. It don't work like that. You're going to have to put more eyes on your congregation and properly address the issues within your congregation, because you're going to have issues when you got a huge following. and you got all these people under you, you're gonna have some corruption going on too. So you need to be keeping eyes on it and addressing it and properly dealing with people. Just properly addressing and dealing with people, dealing with conflict, dealing with stuff going on. So y'all let y'all go enjoy y'all day.